Kangaroos are incredible animals. They're strong and can be fierce, but I found when I'm around them, they're really gentle and social, and they really thrive when they're part of a family.
From the very beginning, the university tasked the students with creating traditions. Students picked the colors blue and gold. They wrote our alma mater. And in 1936, students decided that we needed a mascot. And at that same time, there had been an exhibit of kangaroos at the zoo. And so some student suggested, why don't we be the kangaroos? And in the spring of 1938, they wrote to Walt Disney and asked him to draw a picture of their mascot, Casey Kangaroo. And so that really cemented the kangaroo in the lore and legend of the university. And it's one of those things that all the generations of students share.
You know, it's not your typical mascot, but we're not your typical institution, you know? People might not understand it at first look, but once you're here and you get a feel and experience that UMKC passion, it really starts to make sense.
Being a Roo means that you are part of something more than just a university or a college. You're part of a whole community. Kansas City surrounds this university. Opportunities and places where you can get experience all surround this university that are uniquely tied to the university and the Kansas City community. If you come from anywhere in the world and you come to UMKC, you're now part of that wider web of community that exists here.
It's actually overwhelming at first. There's so many more people, so much to experience, and it really gives you that feeling of that forward trajectory, like you're really going somewhere and doing something.
I think being a Roo for me is just picking up responsibilities and helping others, being an advocate for other people who don't have a voice.
While you're here at UMKC, you have the tools that you need to transform yourself and your life. By doing that, you help keep the Roo legacy alive for generations to come.
I believe being a Roo is about lifelong learning, saying, I'm going to get an education, I'm going to better myself, and I'm going to better my community while I do it.
Being a Roo is changing the city and changing the world by utilizing all the different relationships and stories of the people you meet along the way.
Well, bronze is one of the oldest metals ever used as far as art is concerned. And unlike paintings that over time can wither, bronze pretty much holds up for centuries.
We don't have a whole lot of monuments that celebrate our tradition and really try to link our generations. And the kangaroo is really something that does link all the generations of students, regardless of whether they are a graduate or a professional student or a brand new undergrad.
Just like, they can see our students of past in the murals on Haig Hall or in the fountain in the quad, and they can see themselves in their future with the new Roo.
And now, on behalf of the student government leaders today, it is my honor and pleasure to present and dedicate this strong Roo sculpture to UMKC and our Chancellor, Mauli Agrawal. Throughout all these years, all these momentous changes, however, one thing has remained constant: our unique and special mascot, the kangaroo. From Oregon to Ohio to Oz, you can find lions and tigers and bears and so many other animals, but at UMKC, one of the very few colleges and universities to proclaim our identity as proud, strong, faithful, and dedicated Roos. And we were thrilled when acclaimed Kansas City artist Tom Corbin agreed to create a work of art to celebrate our Roo.
Because when a student steps on the campus of a university, the history of that university becomes their history. They have a link now to all the students that have come before them, and those who will come after them.
Now and forever, we are the Roos.